Howdy, PT37 here. I'm trying a new camera out, so forgive me if my video quality is a little different than usual. But today I want to talk about reasons to carry or have a revolver. It's just going to be kind of a general video. I don't really want to do a revolver versus a semi-automatic, but I just want to do a video talking about reasons why you might choose a revolver. And then I may do a video about reasons to choose a semi-automatic. So, I got just 3 of my revolvers out, just a few to show you. These 2 are more like what I consider for carry. And this one is like a recreational or a hunting revolver. I mean, you could carry it while hunting, like in bear country or something. But it's not really my first choice for concealed carry, obviously. But I'll just talk about this one. It's a little Charter Arms 38 Special. It is a J-frame size, like if you're thinking of a Smith & Wesson, little 5-shot, 38 Special. And it's a pretty good little revolver for carry. It fits in my pocket. I can put it on a belt. I can always carry this. This is the definition of everyday carry. If you're just looking for one gun to carry every day, that you can't hardly beat a little snub-nosed revolver. I mean, not to say there's not semi-autos that can't fill the same role, but in this video, I'm just talking about revolvers, as I said. But and they're all so safe. I mean, it is unloaded. I'll double-check that. But I mean, you got a long double-action pull, and it's heavy. So I mean, when you got this thing in your pocket, it's jiggling around. You ain't just going to bump it on your keys or something and it's going to go off. It's not. Now, if you had it cocked, yeah, it might just go off in your pocket. But that long double action pull keeps it from going off unintentionally. Now, if you're wanting to get one of these exclusively for carry, you may look at one without a hammer on it, because they make some like that. And I don't know what they call them, just hammerless models, I guess. But Smith makes a few. I think Taurus makes a few. Charter Arms. I think Charter Arms makes a bobbed hammer for this one. I thought about just buying a bobbed hammer and putting on it. But for now, the hammer's alright with me. So, but anyway, this is a great pocket gun, whatever. And you can shoot 38 specials in it, plus P. It's more than capable. And then if you're thinking to yourself, well, I only got 5 rounds. I really don't like the idea of just having 5 rounds. Well, buy you a couple of speed loaders. I used to not know what these was. Like, what the world is a speed loader? You can fast load a revolver? Well, maybe not fast, but if you practice, I mean, you can just stick that in there, twist it, and drop it. You're good to go. Now, these grips, they kind of get in the way. I need to put some different grips on it to use with speed loaders, because it kind of hits the side of it. But most of your revolvers you're going to buy nowadays, this is an old model, but they're already cut out to accept speed loaders, so you can just stick it straight in there and it's not going to bump the grip or nothing. But anyway, unload it again. But yeah, you can buy speed loaders to reload your revolver quick, or you can buy a speed strip. And all a speed strip is it's just this little strip, and your round just set in there straight. And I don't know, I don't like them as much personally, but some people do. You essentially what you do is you put that strip, you put like 2 rounds at a time in, and tear them off the strip, and then turn it, put 2 more rounds in, tear it off, and so on, kind of like that. So, and yeah, that's pretty well all I want to say about small revolver. Now, if you want to carry like full-size revolver, this is a Smith & Wesson 686 Plus and a 357 Magnum, and you can get a snub nose in a 357, like my little Charter Arms there. But I don't know if I'd really want to carry a 2-inch 357. Me personally, I'd like to have a little 3-inch one, but I think 2-inch would just be a handful. If I had a 2-inch, I'd probably just carry 38s in it. But this dude's unloaded, as you can tell. But same goes for the big revolver. I mean, you got the heavy double action trigger keeping you safe. It's not going to just unintentionally go off. And then you got the hairpin single action for either long shots or just recreational shooting. It's just awesome. And this really is a do-it-all gun. I mean, if I was only have one handgun, it would probably be this one. Because it's small enough, I can carry it most of the time. Now, I can't carry it all the time because it is still a large handgun. I mean, especially compared to this dude. I mean, yeah, it's pretty big. I mean, it's not small by no means, but it's small enough to carry most of the time. Not all the time, but... And it's also, you can use it for hunting. While I prefer a 6-inch barrel gun for hunting, nothing wrong with hunting with a 4-inch, especially in a 44 Magnum. 357, it's a little more hairy, getting into a 4-inch barrel for hunting. But you can, if you need to. But revolvers, and another thing about them, they're just reliable. I mean, as long as you keep them clean and maintained. I mean, this one, I just cleaned it the other day. It's really nice and clean. Besides those burn marks. I didn't really care to take them off because they're just going to get burnt back on there. But, yeah, I cleaned it the other day. So, as long as you keep them nice and clean, they're never going to fail you for the most part. I mean, once they get old and had a bunch of rounds through them, sure, some pieces may start to break and stuff. But that's with any gun. But... I mean, as long as you keep them clean and maintained, anytime you pull the trigger, it's going to go bang. So, like in this one, it's a 7-shot. So you got pretty well 7 guaranteed shots in a self-defense style situation. Now, the only thing I will knock about revolvers is, well, their capacity for one. But also their sights. I mean, their sights are good, don't get me wrong. But, night sights are very hard to find for revolvers. I don't even know of any place that makes them. I think Tridgecon might make some. But I know Smith makes a couple of models that I think that comes with night sights. But other than that, I don't know where to get them. I don't know if you can get a night sight front stake or what. But anyway, I'd like to find some and stick on this thing just to have it. But other than that, they're very user friendly. I mean, anybody can pick up a revolver and know how to use it. You pick it up, you load rounds in it, close it, pull the trigger. I mean, there's nothing to screw up on a revolver. I'd say most people should have a revolver because they don't shoot their automatic enough to know how to clear it if something were to happen to it, or how to maintain it properly. And this thing, I mean, yeah, it needs some maintenance, but if you're not going to shoot it much, it's not going to hurt it to just sit there. Whereas a semi-auto, sitting there for a while, all the oil is going to run off of it, and it may not be as reliable because it's not oiled up like it should be. So, revolvers are pretty, I mean, they're maintenance free if you don't shoot them. But if you shoot them, they need a lot of maintenance. Semi-autos are kind of the opposite. You can shoot them a lot and not really worry about cleaning them as much, and they'll still work. Whereas revolver, I mean, you need to clean it every couple hundred rounds, or else you're going to just, if you don't clean it as real often, what happens is carbon builds up right here and on the back of the cylinder, or frame, cylinder. But what happens is carbon starts to build up in those spots, and then whenever you go to cock the hammer or pull the trigger, the cylinder will catch on that carbon. See that little cylinder gap right there? I don't know if you can see it. There it is. But that gap closes with that carbon, and then the cylinder, when it goes to spin around, it'll catch on that and then just lock up, and then you're stuck. I've had it happen, but not from that. I reloaded around, and I did not seat the primer in very good. So let me just grab a round right here. Show you what I'm talking about. The primer right there was sticking out just a hair, and what happened is when it came around that backside, I'll just show you. You can see that there's not very much room between that round and the backside of the frame. So what happened is that primer caught the backside of the frame and locked up the cylinder. And I didn't know what to think. I never had a revolver jam like that. But then I figured out what the problem was. I mean, luckily, it wasn't a life-threatening situation or nothing. But anywho, just something to think about. And I got to show you my 44. I just like to look at it. But this is a good hunting carry revolver or just for hunting. This is a 44 Magnum. It's got a 6.5-inch barrel, and one thing I can say about all these revolvers is that they're just fun to shoot. I mean, if you don't get a revolver for any other reason, just get one to shoot it. They're a blast, literally, to shoot. I mean, a 357, you can shoot full house magnums that are good for hunting and perfect for self-defense. And you can load it all the way down to a light 38 special. It's like shooting a 22 darn near out of this big old gun I got. And they're just very versatile. I mean, if you don't like the full house kick, then load it up full of 38 specials and carry magnums for personal defense, or carry plus Ps for personal defense if the magnums are even too much for you. But they're just overall very versatile, easy to carry, especially these little J frames. I mean, if I was to only have one like designated carry gun, I would definitely, I don't know. I got a little shield I like pretty well, but I would seriously think hard about a little J frame revolver, because you can carry them all the time, every day. Whereas my shield I love it, but I can't carry it in my pocket sometimes whenever I can, this thing. And overall, very powerful, awesome to use, user friendly, just great carry option. Thanks for watching.